Wiesbaden, Germany in the 1930s and 40s. Influenced by his grandfather, who was a master carpenter, he studied architecture and interior decoration at the Werkkunstschule in Wiesbaden. In 1955, Roms joined Braun, a German corporation that pioneered state-of-the-art radios and audio equipment. In 1961, he became the chief of design, spending 4 decades developing an array of iconic products, from radios to record players to coffee makers and shavers, and during that time, defined a design philosophy: weniger, aber besser, less but better. His approach certainly permeates our design culture today, the most obvious being Apple, and evident in the iPhones, the iPads, the iPods that so many of us carry. Jonathan Ives, head of design at Apple, attributes his own design work to Roms's austere but user-friendly aesthetic. Quoting Jonathan, "Surfaces that were, without apology, bold, pure, perfectly proportioned, coherent, and effortless." According to Dieter Roms, good design manifests from good relationships with business, and essential for companies to innovate and have success and relevance in the marketplace. Braun was a design-driven company long before that term and practice gained traction in today's industry. Roms frequently credits his success to the fact that he worked directly with CEOs at Braun, the brothers Erwin and Arthur Braun, early in his career, a revealing parallel to Jonathan Ives' relationship to Steve Jobs. The 10 principles of good design, which I believe are in your handout, first presented by Roms in 1976, serve as a foundation for human-centered design education today, and has had a profound influence on the Art Center community, current and former students and faculty. The principles are not based in theory, but a result from decades of work and inherent in the ethos of our industrial design curriculums. In a world that is filled with visual pollution, emphasized by Roms in his 9th principle, and a world in need of harmonious product experiences, now more than ever, we need to remind ourselves of one of his many lessons, and I quote here, Roms, "You cannot understand good design if you do not understand people. Design is made for people. It must be ergonomically correct, meaning it must harmonize with a human being's strengths, dimensions, senses, and understanding. As our world becomes more and more complex, and the desire and need for purity and simplicity is great, so is the relevance of Dieter Roms' less but better philosophy."
We have always to put away as new things said it. Japanese gardeners say the bonsai has to cut into the small bird can fly through. It's nice, huh? Isn't it? But all the other trees, you also have to cut them. It's much more in Japan. Yeah, they have to cut them. They have to, we would say, to design them. But what are we doing? We are doing a lot to design our world now. If we design the nature. Meine Erfahrung ist, dass die Gebraucher sehr positiv reagieren, wenn Dinge einsichtig sind, begreifbar sind. Das ist, was mich heute besonders stört, ist diese Beliebigkeit und die auch damit verbundene Gedankenlosigkeit, mit der vieles produziert und vermarktet wird. Nicht nur auf dem Gebrauchsgütersektor, sondern in der Architektur, in der Werbung. Überall haben wir zu viel überflüssig. Gutes Design sollte innovativ sein. Gutes Design macht ein Produkt brauchbar. Gutes Design ist ästhetisches Design.
Gutes Design macht ein Produkt verständlich. Gutes Design ist ehrlich. Gutes Design ist unaufdringlich. Gutes Design ist langlebig. Gutes Design ist konsequent bis ins letzte Detail. Gutes Design ist umweltfreundlich. Last but not least, gutes Design ist so wenig Design wie möglich. Wir Designer arbeiten nicht im luftleeren Raum. Wir brauchen die Unternehmerseite. Wir sind keine freien Künstler, wie das oft verwechselt wird. Haben Sie wieder nur wenige Firmen, die Design, wie ich es verstehe, wirklich ernst nehmen. Und das ist im Moment wieder eine amerikanische Firma. Das ist Apple.